We are on a dairy farm today, and not a piddly little insignificant small holding sort of dairy farm. A pretty big one, with about 2,500 head of cattle and large pivots where the cattle graze. Dairy cows don't need to bulk up like beef cattle, but they still need a lot of nutrients to produce quality milk.
Those eggs were a lie, Steven. A lie! They give me no eagle powers! They give me no nutrients! Sorry.
And the problem is that all the supplements they receive in the feeding troughs are like a buffet breakfast to birds like rock pigeons that need to eat up to 25% of their body weight every day. The farmers don't like that. Rock pigeons, also called speckled pigeons or kransduive in Afrikaans, are indigenous to South Africa and can easily be distinguished by their rusty red colour, speckled wings and red around their eyes. Although they are indigenous, they can be hunted all year round with no bag limit, based on the fact that their numbers have increased drastically since commercial farming practices were introduced. Some estimates put them at 120 times the original population in South Africa, which is absolutely insane but very believable. On some farms they look like swarms of locusts, and farmers try to solve this problem by bringing wing shooters in to hunt them. South Africa is actually a very popular destination for wing shooters. Rock pigeons are called rock pigeons because they nest in the mountains, and this part of the country is perfect for them. These valleys are surrounded by rocky mountaintops, and the pigeon's coloration keeps them very well camouflaged on the cliff sides and safe from predators. During the day, the pigeons make the journey down from the mountaintops to feed, and today I'm going to be focusing on the feed pads, which seem to be a hotspot. The wind is blowing like crazy, so I'm not able to speak on camera much, but I head down towards the spot where I plan to set up and immediately see hundreds of pigeons, no more than 50 yards away. So straight to work, and I'll let the sequence play through.
Well, how's about that for a start? That was 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 pigeons, but I think 4 right after another. The rest of the flock has flown off a little bit, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to set these pigeons up as decoys right over here. I'm going to set them up down here, and I'm hoping that that will attract the other pigeons back to the same spot. So I'm going to set these up, drive around, try to shoot some more in different areas, and hopefully when I come back the other pigeons will be back here. Let's see how we go.
Now brace yourself, because things are about to get taken to another level. What you're about to see here is a quick montage of about 40 shots taken within the space of around 10 minutes. They look really close, that's because my scope's on 20 times magnification, but they were probably all between 30 and 60 yards. The wind was coming straight from my right, hence the crazy hold off, but I still managed to plug them in the clockwork over and over again, and despite many shots that didn't quite go where I wanted them, I knew that the 30 grain hollow point slugs would do enough damage to put them down very cleanly. I'll let these last 3 shots of the magazine play through in real time so you can get an idea of just how quickly I was shooting. And I could have kept going, except I didn't have a spare magazine loaded, so I took a minute to reload and fit a new air cylinder, and then I got straight back to work. The wind was actually making it pretty difficult to keep the gun still. I was shooting from a sitting position, so I didn't have the stable 3 points of contact that I would have liked, but with speed shooting it's all about carefully picking the moment you squeeze the trigger, and despite the conditions, the majority of these shots go right where I want them. I've actually set my gun up with a single stage trigger to help in situations like this. I'm going to upload this whole sequence without any editing onto airgun101.com for any of you that want to see how quickly this all went down. I'm just cutting between shots here on YouTube for the sake of trying to keep this video from getting too long. I believe I only missed one bird through this whole sequence, and I don't think any of the birds that I shot got away wounded, which is crazy considering how fast I was shooting. If this isn't good practice for speed silhouette, then I don't know what is.
Well guys, that was honestly the most insane moment of pigeon shooting I've ever experienced in my entire life. You know, I've shot many pigeons before, and I've shot large volumes of pigeons before at a time, but nothing like this where they just keep landing and you cannot shoot them fast enough. That was just crazy. So, you know, look behind me here, don't know if you can see that, there's just a whole pool of dead pigeons. I'm gonna go collect them up, and then we will report back and put them in a pile and count them up, and hopefully we can even get some more. Let's see how it goes. Well, we're standing here in the cow poo in one of the windiest days I've ever shot in. It's literally gale force. I'll be very surprised if you can even hear anything I've said, despite having the big fluffy mic here that's supposed to protect you from the wind. But I just had the most insane pigeon shooting session ever. And when I mean session, I mean this was probably about 10 minutes of hunting. I pulled in here and, you know, drove through a little bit, shot 4 pigeons next to a feeding trough, left them out as decoys, hoping that it would attract the other pigeons, and then drove towards another flock and literally just pulled off, set up my gun, and basically demolished the whole flock. I think we've got about 30 pigeons, or 35 or 37 pigeons, something like that here. I don't think I shot a single one that actually got injured and flew off. I think every single one I took a shot at ended up dead, even if it took a few seconds, so that's really good. And yeah, really good test for the slugs in this wind. I've never had to shoot so close and hold so much for the wind with slugs. And I can bet you there's going to be a lot of shots that you see that would have been a little bit off, that wouldn't have been perfect kill shots. But that's what you get when you hunt in crazy conditions like this, and that's what you have to live with. So I'm glad I had the slugs to kind of help me out in that sense with bucking the wind. But absolutely fantastic. A whole lot of birds down. That's going to help the farmer a lot. He's going to be really happy. There are more pigeons down there, but I've got a big problem. My truck is kind of stuck in the mud. So my last challenge of the day is to phone the farmer and get a tractor to pull me out, which kind of sucks, but yep, that's the way we're going to end our awesome day of hunting. Thank you so much for watching, guys. It's been a fantastic episode. Hope you enjoyed the footage, and I'll see you next time. Remember to subscribe, remember to hit that notification bell if you want to see more videos, and I really appreciate your views. Thanks so much. If you'd like to see extra content like extended episodes, old uploads that YouTube took down, or early releases of upcoming content, head over to airgun101.com. You'll be able to find many other airgun content creators on the site, and a safe place where we can build a community and help each other out. It's a real practical way of supporting content creators like myself without paying a cent, as the sponsors of the website help contribute towards the running costs of my channel. Alternatively, you can find me on other social media platforms, on my vlog channel, and on Patreon. Thank you so much for the support, and I'll see you on the next one.